Before we get to you specifically, how would you describe what is going on with this group right now?
I think it's pretty reminiscent of what happened in 2015. It's really exciting. As a team, coming to the clubhouse every day, prepared to get better, prepared to be the best that we can be. And it doesn't matter day and night. It doesn't matter who's going to be the hero. Anybody in the clubhouse has the potential to be the hero. Tonight it was G. So it was awesome win. Really put the final nail in the coffin tomorrow with your arm on the mound. So it's really exciting.
Mickey said he was really impressed by the fact that you were battling your arm slot all night tonight and still were able to get through 7 the way that you did. What exactly were you battling and how'd you work through it?
I was just having a hard time trying to find my release point on most pitches. I felt like it was pretty inconsistent for the most part, but tonight was just one of those nights I didn't have the most electric stuff, so I just had to go out there and battle and get the team in the ballgame.
Something click in, especially after Phil came out there in the third inning?
He just got my focus back to pitching.
No, I know we all talk about the home run spike this year, but did that home run throw you off a little bit? Did you expect that you had a fly ball there, and was it surprising to you that it went out?
I thought I did have a fly ball, but I didn't really deserve a fly ball based on the location and the pitch. I thought that was a little up in the zone. I was trying to. That's kind of been my Achilles heel, 3-2 count. I was just trying to kind of guide a changeup in there as opposed to just throwing it. And there's up in the zone, he put a good swing on it, and just happened to carry out of the ballpark. But I didn't think it was hit all that hard, so I just thought it was a fly ball. But I don't think I really delivered the pitch that required for me to get out of that inning.
With Amin Rosario playing better at short and Jeff McNeil at second, do you feel a little more relaxed on the mound knowing that there's an improved defense behind you?
I've always felt relaxed on the mound with the defense that we have. I trust the guys behind me to make the plays, and it's all coming together really nicely.
How was it working with Ramos tonight?
It was a really good time. I felt like we had the same game plan, received the ball well. It was a good time.
What things, I guess, did the two of you work on? That was different, I guess, from your last start. What did you guys have to do to make sure you were on the same page, if anything?
I just trust the fingers he put down. I really trust his judgment when it comes to those hitters coming up to the plate.
Luis, just from an emotional standpoint, what is that feeling like when you register your first major league home run in that spot in that way?
It's a great feeling, especially the way the situation was, and I haven't had a few good at bats lately, so that was great for me, and like I said, it helped the team too.
What is your approach there, and how do you get ready for a pinch hit at bat in that spot?
Slate and Rafi do a good job in the cage getting us ready, and that situation, what I was trying to do really was to get on base, work the count. I was just trying to help the team.
You said that you've liked some of your at-bats lately. What have you been happy with? What have you been doing better?
I think I've been a little more consistent lately, even though the results haven't been there. But I think I'm just going to keep doing that, try to be consistent with my swing, and just look for good pitches to swing at.
Given how loud the crowd was, how big the crowd, what was it feeling like when you're actually rounding the bases then?
It's a great feeling. We've had a pretty good crowd lately, so that always, helps us out there.
That spot, is that something you kind of dream of growing up?
That's always one of the spots you want to be in, help the team either go ahead or tie the game and win in the game, so it was really fun.
Did you know right away you would hit that ball out, or was that?
I think it took a split second to know, I don't hit many of those, so it was a great feeling. I think that was one of the balls that I've actually known off the bat that was gone.
In the range of outcomes for your at-bat, is home run even something that's on your mind?
No, like I said, in that situation right there, I was just trying to get the first, You only need a one run to tie it, and that was all was in my head. It was just get the first base.
Luis, when the team in general is on a run like you guys are on right now, is there a feeling, even if you're not starting, that you have an ability and someone is going to find a way to impact the game and put this team over the top?
Yeah, the way the games have been, it doesn't matter if we're down 1 or 5. We know somebody's going to pick it up, Especially, like I said, the crowd helps out a lot. When you have that energy out there, it just makes it easier for you.
Looks like you got the ball there. Was there any kind of trade with a fan or anything for that?
That was the first time I saw that one right there. So I have no idea.
Just how aware were you of the fact that you'd probably be getting the 8th and 9th at this point?
I wasn't sure. I don't plan that far ahead. I knew which 3 batters I was facing in the 8th, and I just went from there.
That Soto at bat, did his stepping out a couple of times, did that throw off your rhythm at all?
Yeah, I try not to let it, but it did in that situation. You know, I had a change-up cold, and him stepping out, I decided to challenge him with a fastball. That's a mistake on my part.
Do you, I mean, you're a guy that's obviously had so much success, but do you, in that moment, does it take a little bit to reset, and do you have to refocus all before going out there for the night?
Yeah, I mean, you know, the way the bats were, where they were hitting there in the bottom of the 8th, you know, that gave me another boost of energy, and the crowd was already doing plenty of that, but, you know, the way they scrapped together and tied the game and then got the lead for me, you know, that really helped me bear down.
What are you thinking in that bottom of the 8th when it's Guillorme coming through with that home run?
I was thinking he was going to hit his first career home run right there. I was, yeah.
Were you actually?
I was, yeah. I really was, especially when he got a 3-1. I said, I think he's going to do it.
Why?
I've talked to him about it before because I had one first. So I've just been waiting for him to get one. So I knew it was coming any day now, especially with the way he hits BP. You know, I was ready for it.
How much does that loud atmosphere impact the way you're pitching?
Sometimes, I mean, it's awesome if fans are into it like that. But I thought today it made me a little quick to home plate. I think that's what I was missing down, and had a little issue with command on some of my pitches. But you know, love pitching in atmospheres like that.
For those of us who aren't always paying the closest attention, what's the most impressive Luis Guillorme BP feat you've seen?
I mean, I think he hits the ball further than Jeff out there in BP.
Would
You ever tell Jeff?
I might have to ask.
No, don't tell Jeff that.
Just for you personally, prior to that home run, you had retired 26 in a row. That tied a Mets franchise record. As you look back on just what you've been able to do here during this streak, why do you think you've been able to have that level of success, that consistency?
I think it's just been the way I've been, my mindset, my thought process when I'm out there. I've been pretty good about, you know, just focusing on executing each pitch and not thinking too far ahead and, you know, maybe just one pitch, but really focusing on the pitch I'm throwing. I think that's really all I've been doing.
This run the team is on, I know it seems like the same question every night, but it gets a little stranger, wilder every night.
No, it's unbelievable. We keep surprising ourselves. You know, we have all the confidence in the world right now with us, but some things that we're doing right now, we're surprising ourselves. So it's pretty fun, and it's electric, you know, especially here at home with all the fans going crazy. Just to come through and you know, just come up, find ways to win. It's awesome.
What was your reaction after Luis hit that home run?
Oh, it was unbelievable. I was actually in the video room looking at Hudson getting ready for my at bat, and so I was watching on TV off the bat, and I just ran into the dugout screaming. So no, it was awesome. Just for him to come through in that at bat, his first home run is absolutely huge. It's been pretty amazing how this team in this run. There's been a lot of guys where the least expected that come through, and just like Louis right now or tonight, it was a huge at bat. You know, it was a pinch hit. You know, I think the count was 3-2 off Rodney, and he just did miss, and it was awesome for him to get his first home run in that situation.
When you're watching on the TV set in the video room, is that on the delay at all? Do you hear the crowd before you see the swing, or?
Yeah, there's a delay. I don't know how many seconds. I'm assuming it's like 12 or 15, but I don't know. But I mean, right off the bat, you hear everybody going crazy. You assume that it's either a double or a home run, and ran out, and sure enough, he's rounding the bases. So.
JD, how much more difficult does it take to elevate an 0-2 in that situation?
Oh man, yeah, I've been in an 0-2 a lot in this season, so I never lose confidence in myself. I have a good two-strike approach, and just been working with Chili to shorten up my swing. I put myself in a situation where I can't get beat by a fastball. And I just, again, do my P's and Q's where I make sure I load early and recognize the ball. You know, he loaded to read the ball, and he left a pitch over the plate, and I just made sure I stayed through it instead of rolling over, and I hit a sacrifice fly to right.
You said you were watching video of Hudson. This is the second night in a row you guys have beat them in the bullpen. Is there something you guys are seeing about their bullpen, or how are you getting to them late in the game like this?
You know, we've just been doing our homework. You know, Chili's been giving us, you know, tips, hints, and stuff where we go up to the plate and make sure we keyhole, or we look into a specific zone of how to you know, beat the guy on the mound. And you know, I give credit to the guys. You know, we've been having great at bats. Where Squirrel had that, you know, he's been having a tough two games, and for him to get that base knock to extend the inning in that situation was huge. And so then Rosie to come through right there. You know, he was set up for the bunt for the first pitch, but to hit a rocket off of I think it was still Rodney, right? And just to move the guys over that's playing baseball, and that was huge for us.